The night at Anfield felt like a chess match played at sprinting speed, chances traded, midfield battles won on inches, and the scoreboard stubbornly refusing to yield. Then, in the 83rd minute, Szoboszlai stepped up as if time had narrowed to that single breath. He struck from distance with the kind of technique that only a handful of players in Europe possess, a ball driven with venom, dipped and spun just so, that clipped the inside of David Raya's post and nestled over the line. For the crowd, it was a single moment of collective release. For Arsenal, it was a dagger, sudden and precise. The finish itself was world-class, a reminder of why set pieces remain the great equaliser in tight contests. But what followed the goal was almost as intriguing. Raya, still collecting himself, referenced the new Premier League match ball, saying it had moved a lot and moved away and that players would have to adapt. A sure, candid admission that turned a brilliant strike into a broader conversation about the equipment now shaping the season. That exchange, genius meets adaptation, is the story's second half. The Premier League introduced the Puma Orbiter Ultimate PL this season, a ball touted for deeper seams and altered aerodynamics to improve flight and shape retention, and suddenly every long-range attempt, every swerving cross, carries an extra footnote. If the ball really behaves differently, it changes how free kicks are judged in practice rooms and how keepers calibrate their reads on match day. Goalkeepers speak in millimetres and microseconds. A millimetre of extra dip or a tiny late swerve can be the difference between a fingertip save and the ball kissing the post and going in. That's not to dismiss Szoboszlai's strike, the technique. The placement and the composure were impeccable, but context matters, and the conversation Raya started will follow goalkeepers into training sessions this week. For Arsenal, the moment was painful because they had controlled large swathes of the match and created openings without capitalising on them. Matches between elite teams are often decided by a single slice of brilliance or a single lapse, and here the balance tipped on one long strike. The loss leaves questions about finishing, about attacking intent, and about those marginal details that define title-chasing teams. For Liverpool, the goal reinforced a narrative of resilience and the ability of a moment of individual quality to carry a day. For neutrals, it offered a reminder that modern football still produces moments that stop you in your tracks, and now the debate will spread. Do clubs need to change how they do? Prepare for match balls that behave differently. Coaches will clock extra sessions from corners and free kicks, goalkeeping coaches will tweak positioning drills, and analytics teams will model ball trajectories against wind and seam profiles. Fans will argue whether the balance between skill and equipment has shifted. Pundits will replay the strike and dissect the split-second choices made by both taker and keeper. The most important fact remains simple. Szoboszlai scored, his strike was the difference, and an 83rd minute flash at Anfield will be a highlight on every Premier League reel this season. In the end, the goal does what great goals do. It forces adjustment. It forces conversations in dressing rooms and on training pitches. It gives pause to keepers who must now factor in not just the technique of the shooter, but the altered personality of the ball itself. Whether the Puma Orbiter Ultimate changes the game permanently or simply nudges it for a few months, the image of that ball beating Raya at Anfield will be replayed as the moment a new variable arrived in the league store. For tonight, Liverpool celebrate 3 points, Arsenal regroup, and football fans everywhere get another reminder that even in a meticulous measured sport, a single, unpredictable arc of leather can rewrite a match and spark a debate that lasts far beyond 90 minutes.